Yo, it's your boy. Breaking news. I don't know how breaking this is, but I don't think anybody's spoken about it. Keyshawn Davis woke up the day of the weigh-in at 137 pounds. 137 pounds. He was at weight allegedly. Hold on. I'm going to bring in my guy real quick right after the break. Hold on. Yo, Jamel, man, this weekend has been crazy. I ain't gonna front. This news came across the board. You know what I mean? I don't want, we can't put out the source, right? But allegedly, do we have to say allegedly, right?
Yeah, you can say allegedly.
Allegedly, guys, Keyshawn Davis was at weight the day of the weigh-in. Was at weight.
No. It was close. I heard it was close to weight. I heard it was like
okay,
137, 2 pounds over.
It's really one thing. He was at 137 the morning of. I'm thinking 140. I apologize. It was 137 the day of. So it was 2 pounds the day of the weigh-in. So let me ask you a question. Allegedly, he was at 137 pounds, 2 pounds above the limit, and decided to have a drink, and that brought him to 143.5. I mean, you've heard the news. Tell us what it is.
I'm sure from what I heard, it didn't bring the 130. You know, like I said, you drink, right? You drink, you're thirsty. I get it, but then you see the weight, then you got to come back down. You probably came back down, but stopped at 139 pounds or whatever, 139.3. So it's not like he drank only 2 pounds. From what they say, he didn't drink 2 pounds of fluid. He probably drank over that and had to come back down and then stopped at 139 pounds, whatever.
All right, hold on. So for I have never done this or whatnot. So he wakes up at 137 pounds, right?
Right.
What's the process? He's supposed to wake up and then do what the day to weigh?
Usually with that camp or any other camp or whatever. Because I've done it. I woke up overweight a few times, whatever, but like still close to it. Maybe like I probably wake up like maybe a pound, 2 pounds, whatever. For me, I'll hop in the tub. I'll do an Epsom salt bath, and I'll just sweat all the whatever the 2 pounds out of me. So I have to go on a treadmill and burn out my legs. So I know like that the routine is not unheard of. You know, you wake up a little bit overweight. You basically get on the treadmill, hop in the tub or whatever. You lose the weight off there, and then you just wait. You wait until the weigh-in starts, whatever, before you go back to drinking and eating and doing whatever.
So okay, so basically, how does it go? It said he woke up 137. I'm sorry, I remember we were trying to tweet it out.
No, you good.
He wakes up, let's say 137. Let's say close to his weight, which is 135 they're supposed to make.
Right.
From that point, what are you supposed to be doing again? Just to repeat, you're supposed to do exactly what? Like, what's the game plan from there?
Basically, you just hop on a treadmill, or depending on how much fluid you got left in your body. Like I said, for me, I'll get in the tub, I'll soak it, I'll sweat it out, whatever, with Epsom salt. Not even you probably don't even need Epsom salt at that point. You probably could just get in the tub, sweat it out.
Yeah.
And then nope. See, that's some glasses why Norb's is asking me these questions.
Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah.
You can drink a little something. Don't get me wrong, because sometimes you do. Sometimes, like I said, my nutritionist, she'll have me drink something to break a sweat. But then, like I said, you drink enough. You don't go crazy with it. You drink just enough so your body can. Once you start working out, your body can get a good sweat, and then you sweat it all out, and then you go sit the hell down, swing, and you wait for the weigh-in to start, and then you go on about your business.
So if he was at 137. How in the world did he go up to 143.5?
He probably overdrank more than than he was supposed to, and while cutting it back down. Because like I said, don't like you if you think somebody just drinks to just right there and he only drank to 139 whatever. Nah, you drank over it. All right, I can burn this off or whatever. Let me get on the treadmill. Let me get whatever. Let me do this and third. But he just I think after a while he just said forget it. I can't. He probably got back down to 139 pounds and said forget it. I can't. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it anymore. And that was that. Because if you look at him on a scale, it was still full. It was still his face was full. His body, you know what I'm saying? He had the weight to basically shed off. He just probably said, "Forget it. I don't want to do it."
Jesus. So pretty much he was just like, I mean, pretty much he just felt like, yo, I'm not going to put my body through this at this point.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Wow. So hearing that news,
I mean, like I said, y'all can go back. Look. Tim Bradley said it best though. Like, cause they were there. They see, like Tim is a fighter. They see it. Your face is full. You know what I mean. Your body looked good. Stomach wasn't sunken in. He could like they just felt that he didn't. He just didn't after a while. Just didn't care to try to lose the weight.
Wow, is that selfish? I mean, how do you? I mean, it is kind of selfish if you really think about it, because everybody had already spent money.
I mean, listen, man. Like I said, I know that the team. I know the team personally. The team personally is upset. You know, and I can see why. When you hear these things fall out from camp, these things come out, you can understand why the team would be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could have did this, we could have got this off. Then you rehydrate, do what you gotta do from there, and go, whatever. But that's why people, yeah, man.
So basically, he didn't have the, I guess you would say, dedication to hold off until after the weigh-in, pretty much.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Jesus. I'm trying to understand this. Like somebody told me it was coconut water or some shit like that, right? Like, yeah. So coconut water can make you gain. I mean,
fluid. Anything you put in your body can make it good. I mean, I was drinking coconut water or whatever for the electrolytes and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's light. It's not doesn't have a bunch of sodium and everything in it. So I get it. It's good to drink. It's not an issue drinking it, but the issue is
the amount.
You don't need to go crazy about it and put on too, because you already know them big coconut. Everybody knows what the coconut drinks, the bottles were looking like anyway. It's a lot, depending what size he got. Still, that's a lot of fluid. I don't know how much he drank of it, but they said that he got up, he was thirsty in the morning. He drank some coconut water, and then I'm assuming. Okay, boom. Let me throw in the sauna suit, whatever. Sauna suit. Let me go run on the treadmill, or let me get in the tub. Probably worked out a bit. Didn't get down to where he went. Didn't get the weight off like he wanted to, and just said, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm out. It is what it is. We'll pay the fine. I'm ready to move. I was gonna move up anyway. We'll pay the fine. But as you've seen, that wasn't the case. You know what I mean? They took their and then I was told, shit. I just spoke to somebody before you had called. They said a fine was $300 to $300K. $300K is basically $300K was basically Del Santos. You know what I'm saying? Del Santos' own purse. His purse was $300K. So pretty much that's where the fine came from. Like, we need that money back. We got to pay. We got to pay this man in full purse, which is $300K from what I was told. And then I'm hearing now that his fine was $300K. That's crazy.
Who has to pay the fine, Keyshawn or the promotional company?
I don't know, but I'm guessing Keyshawn, or they're going to deduct it from his next pay, whatever. But I don't know.
So the fine was $300,000. The amount, and so he was willing to eat the fine because he thought that he would the fight would still go on. That they would work something out, and he was willing to eat the $300,000. Pretty much is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
So he basically misjudged or miscalculated the situation, thinking that the fight was going to go on. Now, for those that don't know, right, if I'm not mistaken, Jamal, correct me if I'm wrong, the fact that he didn't fight, right, that means his team doesn't get paid as well, correct? So not only he doesn't get paid, his team doesn't get paid, correct?
They upset. Yeah, I know for a fact. Yeah, they upset. Like I said, bro. People like the trainers, they got families. They leave their families for 6 to 8 weeks. They got to come out their pocket. They got to come out their own pockets to get, like I said, sparring, training. You probably got, depending if you actually go to certain cities or whatever for training camp, you probably got to pay that gym fee for to hold your camp there. Pretty much money is spent that you can't get back unless your fighter fights. Like I said, when when the COVID happened, when I was getting ready for the Frampton fight, we had to keep pushing camp back because they kept first we were supposed to fight in Ireland, then Ireland shuts down. Then we were supposed to fight in the UK, then the UK had shuts that down. Then it moved to Dubai. Like everything, you know what I'm saying? All that is time and money. Like camp is not cheap.
Damn. It's just crazy because of course if you don't train, if you're not in the shit, if you're not in the sport, you're not gonna know basically that.
Yeah, see, like DK pointed out, the promoters, they got the bank, but you better believe that his next bit of purchases might not be the same because they're probably gonna be deducting whatever they got to get back from
that, and that's if they decide to book him for a fight anytime soon. At this point,
now they're gonna book him, but like you say, it won't be anytime soon, maybe, but they're gonna book him.
I mean, but still, think about it. Anytime soon, I mean, we could be looking at a year from seeing Keyshawn, and you know that's kind of crazy at this point.
Yeah,
I just don't understand how you're 2 pounds off and you go and gain another 6.5. I just don't. I mean, to me, it seems as if you have to question his dedication at that point. Yes or no, or am I?
Not definitely. Like I said, I was told that my man, percent, bro, including down to Bud. You know what I'm saying? Because Bud don't play there. You know what I mean? Like Bud, like he's been in many camps. He said it. I said it in an interview. Said it before. He's been in many camps where he had issues. Well, not issues, but like he had to cut weight, but he had to go do it. It hurt, but he had to do it. He had an obligation to do it. That's what separates you from everyone else. Like Keyshawn has natural ability, very talented. Can't take anything from him what he does in the ring, but it's the stuff that you do away from the cameras that people are also looking at as well.
So, all right, let me ask you a question. A lot of people are going to say, let's play devil's advocate. And they say, well, the camp didn't warn him, or the camp should have kept that out away from him. To play devil's advocate,
keep working on
stuff like that, coconut water, or be on top of
it. I don't know. Once the fighter gets to the hotel, whatever, we like, you know what I'm saying? The trainer's not, for one, it's not even the trainer to babysit you. Trainer shouldn't have to babysit you. Let's be for real. Like, listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. There's been times, well, after the weigh-ins, but like, you know, my nutritionist is very heavy on stuff that I eat even after the weigh-in, because you're supposed to basically keep up the same diet you've been having on camp. Because let's be real, if you haven't been eating greasy food for like 2 months or so, it can hurt you. It can mess you up and make you feel sluggish. There's been times if I'm fighting in New York or whatever, I'm gonna give me a slice. Yeah, you know what I mean? Even though I'm not supposed to have it, but at the same time, they're not gonna see everything that I'm doing. I got caught with a slice of walking down New York one day from my nutritionist, and she went and called Bo Mack, and that was it. That was my matter of fact. This is when this was Lomachenko's fight at the Garden at the Garden back in 2018. And that was actually my top ranked debut, and my first time working with my nutritionist, because I ain't know no better. So I thought, like, I made weight, I was good, you know, I could eat whatever. Nope, I got caught with a slice. I had to hear it. I had to go in there the next night. Luckily, I stopped my opponent, but after that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not always around you to see everything that you're doing, bro.
What does a conversation like that consist of when Bo Mack has to call you and say, "Hey, asshole, why are you eating pizza?" Like, how does it work?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened too. To call me on the spot. Like, I mean, they see me, they was mad. I walked down the block to go back to the hotel. Before I even got into the hotel, I got a call from Bo Mack. What the fuck you doing? Like, yo, like, you know, you can't be eating this stuff. Yeah, you made weight, but we still got a job to do tomorrow night. Yeah. All right, Bo, my bad. You know, I ain't have, you know, in 2 months, whatever. But the point is, we was making, everybody's not around you. You think you can't, there's not a vending, like most of the people in the chat know, there's a vending machine on every floor of most hotels. Even if it ain't coconut water, you go get a Gatorade or something, or regular spring water. Come on.
So that's hilarious. Did you actually finish the pizza? I just got it off.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't wasting no slice of pizza, dog.
Oh, that's right. So
it's this whole. Yeah, I just had to listen. I already got caught. Might as well make up for it.
So I mean, the thing that trips me out is clearly he's experienced. Clearly he's made weight at least. I mean, how many fights he got? 14 other times. How do you make that mistake though? Or that's the thing. Is it a mistake, or is it just like, hey, fuck it, it don't matter because I'm who I am? Is it the arrogance that now is being questioned? Because I think that's what it is at that point.
Listen, you gotta ask him, man. You gotta ask him, like, bro.
But I'm talking about the people around him, like the top ranks, the Bomax. Are they now questioning? Because of course I've also heard rumors behind the scene of, stuff materializing, or them not feeling the attitude or nothing like it since he's starting to get more popular. Come on, Jamal, give me something.
I don't know, man. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you must believe everyone involved, because I know Bo, man. I've seen fighters that Bo worked with. I don't know if this is because I fought on the Jorge Linares Lomachenko card. That's when it happened. That's when I got caught. The Linares Lomachenko fight card. That's actually when I met Teofimo. That's saying it, because Teofimo's on that card as well. That's when I met Teofimo Lopez. Because to me and like the opponent that I had, Teofimo fought the same dude. I think the fight prior to something like that, but Teo ain't stopped him. So I had to go in there and stop him. Like when I fought him. So that's when me and Teo got close. Like we became cool, whatever, from that encounter.
Yeah.
But around that time, that same time period, like going for what you just said, we had one fighter who I guess he fought to Bobank was training him also. He fought to a draw. And even then, he had to hear it from the guys at top rank. So I know Bo does not like hearing any backlash from, and now it's coming off a draw. Now, you know what I'm saying? They missed out on the whole main event. So I know, and think about it, let's be real. We know Bo and them have had their issues with top rank, especially after Bud left. You know, that's not a secret. So I know Bo wasn't trying to hear nothing crazy shit from top rank as it is. And then when that happened, I know he heard something like, hey, what happened? Because they're going to go to the team first. Hey, what the fuck happened? So yeah, bro, it's frustrating.
Ashley broke upside at the weigh-in. I think you have to be at weigh-in. I don't think you can be 3 pounds over. No, I don't think
you gotta be at the weigh-in. You gotta weigh in at the limit. That's it.
Yeah, I know. I think IBF rules or WBO, I remember, you can only gain 10 pounds more, and then there's another one you can only gain 10% of your weight back.
That's the next morning, though.
That's the next morning. Yeah, the
next morning.
The weigh-in, you have to be at 135 or less, correct?
Less, yeah.
Yeah.
135 is the max.
Is the max. I mean, this is bugged out. I mean, I think we're gonna start hearing more stories as we go, but clearly people are questioning his dedication.
You can't put that on the team. You can't put that on the team. That's not on the team. You listen, everybody's an adult.
Yeah,
there's been times when I woke up. Listen, my first defense, Lamont Roach. Against Lamont Roach. I was up at 5:30. I was up at 5:30. I don't know how much weight I had to cut. I forgot, but it was a good solid chunk. But I was up at 5:30. I had to go sweat it out. Then I had to go see the doctor. Then I had to go get on the scale. Y'all go back and look at that weigh-in between me and Lamont Roach.
Yeah.
My face was sunken in too, but you know, I had to do what I had to go do to defend my title. And it was my first title defense.
Yeah.
There was no way in the world I was gonna come in overweight for my first title defense. It took too much out of me just to get the belt. I'm not coming in.
Haney didn't miss weight. Haney gained like 20 pounds after the weigh-in. Guys, when you got to show up to the weigh-in, you have to be at weight. But there is some organizations that allow 10% of the weight or 10 pounds or whatnot. But a lot of that stuff is not even. Yeah, that's time.
When I fought Jermaine Ortiz, I had to go through the IBF rules the next morning also. Then that was at 135. I probably weighed in at like 143 or whatever in the IBF rules, and then afterwards, I put on all the weight that I usually put on anyway. So like that IBF rule, I don't. If you know how to maneuver right with the way you put on weight, you'll be fine even the next day.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is take what you guys want to take. I'm not doing a full show today, but we'll be back. We're gonna have to be back tomorrow morning about this, or even tonight. Jamel is on you, it's your call. But I just wanted to update you guys.
I mean, I'm always up. I'm always up.
Take what you guys want to take with this information, but this is it's a credible source. But we're gonna say allegedly because it is what it is. But allegedly he was at 137 and pretty much did not respect. I'm gonna say the sport or his training staff and whoever else bought tickets, and ballooned up to 143 the day of the weigh-in after waking up at 137 pounds. That's my boy. That's my boy Jamel. This is the 10A podcast. This is our podcast. We rocking it. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notifications, share this info. And I know all you other suckers out there are going to take this as your own information, but it's all good. We did it first. We out here, Jamel.
Yeah.
That's